What's going on, guys? Jeff here with another video, and today we're going to do some of these choice ribeyes. I'm going to show you how to do them on the grill, and the only seasonings I use is I usually use Cosmos's SPG, the salt, pepper, garlic, but I'm kind of out of it, so I'm just going to use black pepper, cow cover, and Texas beef, and my wife likes this Daddy Hinkle seasoning. So what I usually do is I usually season them up while the grill is out there heating up. I use a charcoal grill, so I'm just gonna season both these up. First one is gonna go with a little bit of cow cover. And these are a little bit, I mean, they're still good size, but if you get it from a butcher, it might be a little bit thicker, but I wouldn't say I get them from the butcher all the time, but you definitely can. They're gonna be more expensive, but they do taste good. But these ones turn out great too, and I really like these. So don't be too afraid to get some seasoning on there. You're not gonna, unless you go crazy, you're probably not gonna over season them. So some Texas beef on there. And you can use any kind of seasoning you want. This is just what I use. And it's okay if some of it falls down on the plate, because you can use that to get it on the edges once you get it all seasoned up. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of trouble. I really like pepper, so we're gonna get a good amount on there. So there's that. Then get it turned on the other side and do the same thing. And it's okay if some of that falls off, because when you flip it back over, get it seasoned up. So again, what's nice is while your grill heats up, the meat will kind of absorb some of the seasoning, and it'll look different than the way it does now. Because if you were to throw this on the grill just like this, most of the seasoning would probably fall off. So a little bit there, some black pepper. And then I'm just gonna kind of roll it around. I only got one hand. I'm gonna roll it along the edges here and try and pick up any of this extra stuff. Then I'm gonna do the same process over here. And then I'll show you what the grill looks like outside. So this is what we're kind of sitting with here. And I might roll it around in some of that a little bit more. But the longer you let these sit, the more it's gonna kind of soak it up. So I just wanted to show you really quick what this looks like all seasoned. Now I got my briquettes heating up out on the grill, and I'll show you what it's looking like out there. All right, guys, so I put just a couple of tumbleweeds underneath to get these Royal Oak briquettes going, or the Kingsford I think I used, but a whole basket. And then there's really two pieces that I use for myself to make a great steak. They're not necessary, but they work really good for me. The first thing is you know how people, when they check their steaks, they do this thing? Yeah, that doesn't work, in my opinion. And the reason is it's so tough to be able to touch it while it's cooking and be like, yep, that's medium rare. It just doesn't work for me. So what I recommend, and I was really stubborn for a long time, but if you're tired of undercooking or overcooking your meat, just do it. Just get a good thermometer. This is the one I use, the Javelin Pro Duo, and it works great for me. So it's magnetic too, and it has a LED background or whatever. So it works great, and I use that. And then I think this is called the Vortex. Yeah, the Vortex. And the reason I use that is because when I dump the coals in, it brings it closer to the surface. You'll see more what that looks like once I dump it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But we're gonna let these heat up and get really hot. Be patient and let your briquettes get really hot, because it's gonna make a big difference. So I'm gonna give it another probably 10 minutes, and then we'll dump it, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so we're pretty close enough to where it's to my liking. So the top's kind of starting to get ashed over just a little bit. And I only have one hand. I know I say this in every video, but I don't want to drop my phone. So I'm gonna put my gloves on. I'm gonna dump this in the Vortex, and I'll show you where I have that positioned after I get it dumped. Okay, so I got it dumped in and kind of pushed to the edge here to create that 2 zone if I need to come off and it's getting too hot. And as you could tell, it's elevated a little bit. Makes it a little bit closer to the grates here that I'm gonna try and put on with one hand, see if I can't burn myself. Just slide these right in there. actually went way easier than I expected. So you can see it's kind of up there a little bit, and I'm gonna close the lid for a little bit just so we can kind of heat the grates up a little bit, and then I'll clean my grates off a little bit before I cook them. The hotter it is, the easier it is to clean, so just gonna get it hot, give it a good scrub, and I have my vents on the bottom and top open all the way. So I'm gonna let this go for about another 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in there. All right, guys, so I just took the lid off and scraped my grates, so around the area and everywhere else it's clean. So now I leave the lid off just for a little bit to kick up some flame, get some more air going into those coals so they get hotter. So I'm gonna bring the meat out because we're really close to throwing them on now. And what's really nice is about the steaks is they're not really thick, so I can just kind of sear them quickly, and I'm really close to being done. I'll show you what I mean when we get there. All right, so I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I can definitely see it. So the flame is starting to kick up a little bit just above those grates. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these steaks and put one on. I'm gonna put them both on at the same time. But try and get them as much over that heat as you can. Probably put that over a little too much. Didn't have room for my second one. Come over, grab this guy. And then what's nice about this is I don't do it for time. I don't really go off time. I just check underneath and see until I have a sear to where I like it. Usually that's around 2 minutes if we're going off time. So I'll show you what it looks like once I get there. But again, this is gonna be really quick. Once I get both sides how I like them in terms of sear, and then I can bring them over indirect and cook it if I need to. Usually these are thin enough to where I don't have to do that, but I'll show you what it looks like once I get this first side flipped. Or I'll show you out when I check it. How about that? All right, guys, so this happened pretty quick. I wasn't able to get the camera going. I really needed to get them flipped in a hurry. But I'm gonna tell you right now that I didn't have them on that one side for more than 2 minutes. Sorry, there's a helicopter going over. But as you can see, I have great sear marks. Let's wait for that plane to cross. Sorry about that plane, guys. So now it's just a matter of checking and kind of making sure you don't go over. And what's nice about this is you could use your thermometer. Let me change hands here real quick. So I'm gonna come in here. So we're already pretty close. For me, with these thin guys, I usually aim for around 110, and that one's really thin, so it cooked pretty quick. So I'm gonna get this guy off, and the temperature will carry over from there. And then this one, I'm gonna let go a little bit longer, and I'm aiming for medium rare. That one was actually thinner than I thought, so we might be a little bit over on that one. But this one is also probably right around done. Yeah, I'm gonna get this guy off too. And then all I do is take them inside and put some butter on top and let them rest for a good 10 minutes. And just because we still got some hot coals going, I'm gonna get some mushrooms going while the steaks rest. Those cooked way faster than I thought they were this time. I'm curious how they're gonna turn out. I still think we're gonna be around the medium rare. We like our steaks a little on the less done side. I don't like them well done. I'll eat a medium well, I guess, but I prefer them medium rare to even a little bit less. So got some butter in here, some olive oil, pepper, lemon pepper, garlic powder. Just gonna cook this through. All right, have these going now a good, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, probably a little bit longer. So we're right at the time where we can take these inside and drop some on our steaks, and we're getting ready to taste. I can't wait. This smells amazing. Don't forget to use a glove when picking this up. It's gonna be really hot. All right, let's get inside. All right, well, this turned out awesome. So I'm gonna try and cut this with one hand. I don't know that it's gonna work. But like I said, we like ours done on the left side, so that's perfect for us. So now all I gotta do is give it a try here. That's really good. If you guys haven't tried Cosmo seasoning, you should check it out. I'm not sponsored or anything by him, I just like his stuff. So, turned out great. So that's how we like ours, a little bit on the left side. But yeah, man, this turned out really good. Hope you guys give it a shot. Let me know how it turns out. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.